Welcome back to a new video. So we just finished the first year player draft. We got the players and stuff offered, and we made a couple of adjustments to our starting lineup as far our pitching rotation, I should say, and our rotation or our lineups a little bit. But we're just gonna hammer on through and see how we're currently in first place. We're 6 games up. Looks like our team has figured out how to not lose 100 games. So we might finish over 500 for the first time and on pace to make the playoffs, which is kind of the main goal. Looks like Yainer Diaz has some shoulder inflammation. Do we have 2 catchers that are not... is he batting well this year? Yeah, not too bad. But we might need to bring up a catcher from AAA. Looks like we don't really have a catcher. We could just bring up him regardless. Not really that good for us, but as a backup catcher, it's not the end of the world. Let's see if there's anyone we can drop down. Honestly, we'll just demote him, bring that relief pitcher back, organize our bullpen, and hammer on through. I mean, if our division is bad, that's obviously good for us. We're obviously a lot better than we were last year, just based on where we're standing right now. So hopefully we don't entirely collapse. You never know. Look at the trading block. Paul Skeens is going to be way too expensive. So $49 million a year. Let's just for funsies, see if anything. Yeah, there's nothing that can work. We don't have enough money for him, regardless. So there's no player that we can give. We'd have to give all our fantastic players for one player that is on a 1-year contract. And our starting lineup, or our starting rotation, is not too bad. Looks like Hiroshi Onu is almost at the top, or he's top 3 in home runs and in batting average. So, guy's playing quite well. There's nothing important to see there. So we'll just keep hammering on through. We don't need Luke Weaver for prospects. That's kind of a terrible trade. Guardians are, oh my goodness, they are terrible this year. They are fully collapsed. We are not running away with this division though, which I don't like. We're only up 1.5 games. Hopefully we can go on a little bit of a run. Kansas City seems to be pretty good this year, but it also seems like well, no, it looks like Kansas City still is at 500 and they're in the playoff hunt still, or at least they would be in the wild card. So we're in a good spot, at least as far as that goes. We're looking at our lineup. So he still has 25 home runs. His average has gone up a little bit too, which is good. It seems like our team's gonna be carried by our starting pitching and offense. Our bullpen is not the greatest, but 95. Yikes, brother. All right, we'll just go ahead and waive you then. Nobody's gonna want a 31-year-old mid catcher. All right, so we got our backup catcher back, and now we are ready to pop off. I don't really care what you want. Like, there's no consequence for not making you a starter. I can trade you though if someone wants to give me a good player. Yeah, there's no one that's good that they want to trade. So unfortunately for you, you're just stuck being the backup. I mean, I will do you the favor of looking at, so we'll sort by batting average. You are batting at a 1% higher, or one clip higher than the starting catcher Brady. You have a third of the home runs. Well, I mean, I guess you have less at bats, but like, brother, you're not batting 20 points higher than him. So you can be upset. That's fine. That's you. That's it. That's a Yainer Diaz kind of problem. Sawyer During. So he's out for 2 weeks. Not good. What we need to look at is 2 things. We need to look at potentially a pitcher to bring up. We also need to look at, I guess, this trade proposal. Luis Castillo is very old, but he is a starting pitcher. And Hudson Barton, no. No, that's a bad trade. We can look at the trading block. Unfortunately, there is no ability for us to get either one of these players. I would love to get Jackson Holiday. That would be actually hilarious, but there's just nobody on our team. There's just no money available. Unfortunately, these owners are a bit tight-fisted with all of their money, so they're not willing to increase the amount, because I'd buy the, I'd try to trade for both these players. I have no problem with that, but unfortunately, we just don't have the ability to do that. So we're actually going to look at free agency to see if there are any pitchers that are interesting. So, not a starting pitcher. He is a little interesting, but not really interesting enough to even bother looking at. Yeah, so we just have to see what we can do. What's he at? So, yeah. We just don't have. I feel like our starting rotation is not that great. They are, yeah, ninth, so they are certainly being carried by our hitting. I'll take it though, I suppose. Can Trevor Rogers be a starter? So it looks like we could put Trevor Rogers as a starter. I feel like he has more skill as a bullpen guy. I think he's one of those guys that drops to a 2-star if you put him in the starting rotation. Paul Blackburn and a minor leaguer. And that for Jacob Berry. What is his contract? Yeah, this is definitely one that we want to do. I'm down with that, that's for sure. So we are going to look up to here. We're going to drop this guy to AAA. We got to wave him goodbye. So Blackburn's old, but he can start. Yeah, they put him in right into the starting rotation. Okay, now we're going to start getting all these trades. So potentially another starting pitcher, a good minor leaguer, a not so good minor leaguer for a guy that's good. Let's go to discuss trade. I don't want him. I don't want Bob Castro. So what could I give you to make it work? So we have a right fielder that's sitting in AAA. He's 26 years old. That they would take for both of those players. I kind of am leaning towards that, unless there's someone else that really sticks out as someone that I don't really want. So I feel like that's the route to go. Good with that. So we're trying to improve our pitching. I don't know how successful we are at it, but we are trying our hardest. All right, so we got here. Because that's really where we're the weakest, and if we can get some of those weaker starter pitchers back into the bullpen, that will help us just in general. And then, of course, we lose a second baseman for 2 weeks. I'm gonna look here and see. Looks like Grady has improved a little bit. Promote him up. We're just getting battered by injuries. Let's see how we respond to all that shenanigans happening. Still 1.5 games up. This guy's 39. Could be a potential starting pitcher though, but they want actual prospects, so we're not interested in that. Not a good starting pitcher, so I'm not even interested in that. So could be a starting pitcher, but they want actually a pretty good catching prospect for us. So I do not want to give that up. A decent starting pitcher, and they want a left fielder that's in single A right now. It doesn't really move the needle for me though. But I will go back to that trade and try to give them something different. I don't really want any of these players. Emmanuel Clase. He's down to a 3-star. Guy's fallen off. And $4 million, getting 31 minor league infielder Tyler Gentry and Vince. Yeah, I like that trade, honestly. All right, so we're gonna go back to here. Who was it that... Didn't we just trade? Oh no, it's a different left fielder. So we traded him. And then we're here, so we will discuss this. I don't want to give you that player. Oh, I guess we're kind of stuck with that. Yeah, I'm not about it. I'm not about that. Let's go to transactions. And then we can look down at Noah Schultz. How is he doing? 5 ERA. So we want to find a spot for Emmanuel. So Paul Blackburn's not doing too great as a starter. Anyone that we could really, so yeah, you can go back to AAA and then go back to our transactions. Throw Emmanuel Clase into there. There we go. Pretty happy with that trade, honestly. We'll see how much it actually moves the needle. So we got past the All-Star break, trading deadline, all that. I think All-Star break is done, but trading deadline definitely is. Oh my goodness, we are getting brutalized with our starting pitching. Is just not having any luck. So let's look at AAA and we'll go by organization. I guess we can bring him back up. Blake Larson, we can bring Blake back up. This is just brutal. I feel like every time I try to simulate any amount of time, we just get 3 injuries. So Paul Blackburn might be next on the chopping block for us to get rid of. Sawyer During is able to come off the block. So let's look at pitching. Blake is struggling. Paul Blackburn is doing a lot better. But we can see this guy, we can just drop him to AAA or waive him. Waive and designate for assignments. And then, oh wait. There we go. That's what we need to look at. So Sawyer's ready to come back. Trying to hang on. We're falling apart. We just finish above 500. We're already at a good, I mean, obviously at a good pace, but like, we just need to hang on as much as we can. See what we can do. We're tied for first. At one point, we had a 6-game lead early in the season. Just need a big win streak of some sort. We're up a game and a half. Oh my gosh. Everyone just... It's not that people are getting hurt. It's just they're out for months at a time. It's just, honestly, just brutal. Shortstop is a beast, though. 4.5-star potential. He's all the way up to AAA. So I have found that is something, the more times I go through this, did I just demote him? What's that second option? Transactions. Oh yeah, whoops. Promote to Chicago. The more I have gone through, the more I realize that using the AI to set up your minor league is good because it will move players around. And sometimes it's based on their level, sometimes it's based on their performance. But I could look at a guy like this, like, it's nice to do it as it gives you like the baseline, and then you can look around and see if there are guys that need to be moved up or down after that. It does a pretty good job, but not a perfect job. So we have a lot of guys that are ready to go up there. We're just gonna drop him down. I don't really care about the nature of catching. So yeah, we brought some people up. They're cooking they're ready to cook at a higher level, but they're always ready. As soon as they get to AAA, it's like they're ready to go to the majors. Even our 21-year-old shortstop, I feel like that guy might be a beast, so we might need to look at our lineup. Who is our shortstop right now? So he's honestly, I mean, he's batting 301. Or no, in the majors, he's batting 240. Say in the minors, he's batting 301, so he's not too bad. And then 242. So potentially we could look to move someone down. Who do we want to move down? Potentially we could move Everson down, but let's look down at our stud of a shortstop. Where is he at? Where are you at? No, it's, I mean, kind of is Sam Fisher, but it's this guy, Tommy Quintana. So he is only batting 200, but what other positions? So he could play second, third base, shortstop, and he's a beast of a player. So I kind of just want to throw him up to here, but who can we drop down? We got to drop down somebody at the major league level that is a middle infielder, but they're all kind of playing too well. Like Grady, he's only batting 240. That's kind of the only person. I guess we can knock him. Because like Everson we kind of need. Tristan is like the only person we could, and he has 25 home runs. I think we just let the shortstop cook in AAA. And we just let him cook for a little bit and then see if there's someone that starts to collapse, because I don't want to mess with too much at the major league level right now, because our team is, and we're getting our second baseman back, so it's like we're kind of cooking. How's Tony doing? How you doing, Tony? So we get our pitching, see if there's anyone that needs to drop down. No one that's, our closer is a 5.5 ERA, which is actually horrendous, but nobody pitching wise that needs to be dropped down. Tristan is batting 218, so you can go to AAA. You refuse to be demoted. That's kind of tough. I'll just perpetually waive you for assignment. And Grady is not that guy right now, so we're going to go ahead and demote him to AAA. We're going to look at AAA. And where's our beast of a shortstop? See, he's only batting 229, and we have, well, Grady was batting better in AAA, but it's a bit risky, but we're gonna go ahead and bring him up. And where's our other beast shortstop? We can bring him up too, honestly. So look here at the majors, let them figure out the roster, and then just keep hammering on through. Oh, we forgot to even fix the one thing that we needed to fix. We're gonna go ahead and waive him and put Javier back in. Now we are cooking. Curious to see how that shortstop. Sometimes you see guys like shoot up like that. They kind of get really good really quick. So he's someone that I'm looking to potentially even like offer an extension earlier as well. Probably could just do that honestly right now, but we can look here at AAA to see who would be interesting to bring up. We bring up this center fielder and a closer. And then I actually want to look at our lineup. That's the easiest way for me to visually see this. All right, so we're going to offer him a contract extension. He's 21 right now. I'm going to do a 12-year contract. It's like some of these contracts, you can get kind of goofy with it. It looks like we can't even offer it there, unfortunately. So once we have money, that's definitely a guy that we want to try to extend as soon as possible, because you can really save a lot of money. And someone like that, like, he seems pretty surefire to kind of pop off and be good, but someone claimed him. Well, I mean, he was batting 218. Like, every year his average dropped. He still had 25 home runs, but We just had better people to replace him, or at least guys with more potential. I'm fine with that. It is what it is. I suppose it's the risk that we're taking. But Javier is popping off on his way back, a 19-game hitting streak. He was in the top 3 for batting average for a hot second. A decent pitcher. No reason not to claim him. It's kind of exciting. Like, it looks like we have a decent shot of winning the division. Let's look here at relief pitchers. How's he doing? In the majors, 243. And then he's 279. I feel like I want to leave him up, but I feel like he's just going to get more work in that AAA level. And it's more beneficial for us just to get another arm just to help our bullpen out, versus kind of like overextending a shortstop prospect that's, I want him to be up there, but I want him to get at bats. That's going to be more important at this point. But it's kind of, our team is up 6 games. Like, it feels like I'm a part of the starting lineup except each 36. You can be upset. Do you have a contract? 2 years, player opt out. You can opt out. You got $15 million. You can shut your mouth. If you have 50, you'll sit on the bench if we want you to for $15 million. So we only finished 4 games above 500, but our division played so poorly that we were able to make it to the playoffs, which is quite exciting. What I imagine is going to happen is that we are going to get knocked out of the playoffs pretty quick, but I'm not too upset about that. So let's look at our lineup here and get that all set up. So waiver wire, there's no one on the waiver wire that's really that interesting. Plus, I don't think we'd get them on our main roster anyway. Let's look at our playoff roster. So Sam Fisher, I kind of want to drop him off. And then we have the potential to bring up another pitcher, potentially. Will he go on? And I guess we had to drop him down to AAA for that to happen. So really good defensive shortstop. Will Dion is a decent starting pitcher. Let's look at our... So looks like we got a decent amount of pitchers up here. Blake Larson's the only guy that's kind of crap in the bed for us. So realign that, actually takes him out. But then we look at our lineup. We are missing a player there. Let's look here at pitching to see if there's anyone that I can drop down. So we're going to remove from playoff roster. And I think that probably demotes him as well. And then this guy we will remove from playoff roster. We're going to look here at AAA and see. So he actually just bumped him up from single A, it looks like, or double A. But we have a right fielder that's only 17 games. Can he play? He kind of play everything. So we're going to bring Springer up. Actually, don't know if we can bring him up. Yeah, it's not. We're not able to bring him up because we can't. It just won't put him on the roster. All right, so we're gonna go back to here. Back to here. So we have a lot to do. Our playoff run is going to be, we're doing a lot of work for our playoff run that's probably going to be pretty short. Where is our active roster? Because that's the only other thing that we need. So we have an extra person on our active roster. Let me see. I don't know why he's in center field, but place on our roster. And Can we not put him on the roster? Well, we'll just... I'm thinking too hard about it because we're about to get bounced really quick in our in the first round. Let's see. So we'll throw him on there and throw him. It's not letting us throw him on there. Throw him up there too. Why not? All right, so where are we at? We made it to the first round. What is this? So we're actually tied, so we'll go one game. Tampa Bay leads, and it looks like Tampa Bay knocked us out. Yep, we lost. So we actually won a playoff series. We made the playoffs, so a tremendous improvement from the previous year. We'll just go forward until the playoffs are done to see who wins. It looks like the Pilots are in. I forget what team that they were originally. I feel like they were no, they weren't the Pirates. Maybe like Tampa Bay or something. Or no, we just lost to Tampa Rays. I don't know. I have to actually look at it. But the Jacksonville Pilots, the new team, or the team that moved from another place, is the team that won the World Series. We lost to Tampa Bay, and it looks like the whatchamacallit, whatever division the Red Sox are in, they have 3 teams that came out of that division in the playoffs: the Blue Jays, Tampa Bay, and the Red Sox, which is kind of crazy, especially because one of them is not the New York Yankees. I don't know why I'm getting an average score. If we look at the... Oh, let's see what our new budget is. All right, so 210 million is not a lot. I like how he was mad the whole year, but he wants to stay as part of our team. That's actually hilarious. Pitching coach retired. This is all stuff we'll do for next year. Then arbitration. Let's look at that really quick. So nothing really crazy to look at. So Emmanuel Clase, we are not re-signing. I mean, he's going to want... I'm actually curious what this will... Yeah, like $20 million. That's just a little crazy. So if we look at our team, we'll look at how our team ended up as far as hitting stuff. So home run wise, our new right fielder batted hit 39. Colson came back and hit 31. First baseman almost batted over 300, hit 24. Then Javier came back from the injured list with 20 home runs and a 303 batting average. So certainly a major step up from where we were. Our pitching actually not the worst in the world. Our closer had somehow 34 saves despite having a 5 ERA, which is very confusing. Why his ERA was so high, but pitching is definitely the focus from which to improve for the next year. That was the last thing I want to look before I head out. It's a longer video, but it is what it is. So we have tremendously, so we got a score of 1 last year, but we have improved. We got a new contract, 21 game improvement, and our best record as a White Sox franchise. So hopefully it starts some positive momentum as we move forward to hopefully be a consistent playoff contender, but also to consistently finish above 500. But our first 500 season, first division win, and first playoff series win. So good progress for us, and hopefully we can keep building upon that. It's taken us 5 years to get to this point, but the White Sox were in a bad spot. So I'm not too disappointed with that. But anywho, that's it for this one. Talk to you all next video. Have a great one. Peace.